Yes. So let's start with this. Yeah. So let's start pre-processing first. So if you remember our earlier discussion, we had discussed that there is one entire process which is involved in machine learning and data science. And during that discussion, we had mentioned about two things. So one was that you get data from your sources, historical data, and then you use that particular data to train your model, and then you reserve some data for testing purpose as well. Now based on that, you get a robust model, and then you use that for predicting the future values. So that is simplistically what machine learning is. But there is one problem, and the problem is, if let's say you have multiple variables, multiple independent variables, and then those are on different scales. In the sense, let's say you are measuring um, height in feet, which is between, let's say, 3 to 10 feet is normally what our height is. And let's say there is one more independent variable, that is salary, which might be ranging between 10,000 to, let's say, 10 lakhs per month. Okay. Now, if you want to predict something using these two variables, okay, let's say if you want to understand whether individual with certain height and with certain salary is more happy or not, or whether they get married easily or not. Okay, let's say if you want to predict that. Now, in this particular case, if you see that height has range between 3 to 10, okay, whereas salary has range between 10,000 to 10 lakh. Now, if you see that height, if it increase by one volume, okay, and whereas if salary increases, okay, there is a huge difference. It's not comparable. Okay, these are completely on two different this thing. We understand that the units are different, but when you are training machine learning model, at that time salary will make more influence because it will weigh more, its weight will be higher, because those values are ranging from 10,000, whereas height is just ranging from 1. It's just ranging between below 10 itself. Okay, so if you have this kind of varying measurements, if you have this kind of differences in your independent variables, then we need to bring them together, we need to bring them on a common platform, and then only you can go ahead and build your machine learning model. There are certain techniques available to do this particular thing, and then one of the technique is normalization, the other is standardization. But before going ahead, just let me quickly check with you, like, uh, are you able to understand the problem here?
Yes, sir.
Yes. But do you really think that, like, it will make any difference if you have two independent variables on different scales?
Yes.
Okay. Mm, if you want to prove that, like, this kind of variation may affect on the final calculation, then can you prove that?
Yes. Like, let's say if we consider the relation between the height and salary,
Okay.
so we can find, let's say, as the height increases by, let's say our height ranges from 0 to 1, we need to convert it into 0
Okay.
to 1. And similarly
Mm-hmm.
for salary also, we need to convert that 10,000 to 10 lakh into 0 to 1 ratio,
Mm-hmm.
let's say. And let's say as height is, our height is increases by 0.05, in that ratio our
Mm-hmm.
salary is increased by 0.2, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
If
Mm-hmm.
uh, we can prove this relation. It will help us to predict or maybe create an equation, whatever.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Okay, okay. Uh, let's do one thing. Let's do a practical exercise. Mm, let's say if you want to, let's create one hypothetical mm, model. So let's do multiple linear regression. So let's try to create one equation using these two independent variables and try to predict something. Okay. So as I mentioned earlier, height and salary, these are two independent variables, and the predictor variable can be happiness or about the possibility of getting married. I guess let's keep that thing. Let's try to measure happiness.
Okay.
Okay. So can you suggest one linear equation for happiness?
X into salary plus y into what we consider the second maybe height is equal to happiness.
Yes. So you're mentioning x and y. So instead of, let's take C1 and C2.
Okay.
Those are constants. Yeah.
Hmm.
Or if you want to consider them rate, then let's take it R1 and R2. Okay. So R1 multiplied by height, R2 multiplied by salary
Salary. Hmm.
plus C, which is constant.
Yes.
Yes. And then just for the sake of calculation, let's assume some values for R1, R2.
Let's say R1 is 6 feet and R2 is 2 lakh.
So you said R1 multiplied by height, right? So I'm asking R1 value,
Okay,
which is a coefficient.
that coefficient uh,
Yes. So it's a multiplier. It
0.05.
doesn't have any unit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we can say 0.05. We can consider that.
Okay. So let me consider it 0.05.
5.
Yes. And then uh, multiplied by height. Okay.
Hmm.
And then similarly, we can have R2. So
Yes.
let's say R2 is 0.6 multiplied by salary, and then assume C as 500. Okay. Now it's just the assumption. We don't know whether like this kind of equation does exist or not. But like for the sake of calculation, we took this particular thing. And now if we get, let's say, certain values for height and salary, can you mention any random values?
6 feet and 2 lakhs.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So with this, then we get, so let me calculate it here. Yeah. And then we take equation as 0.05 multiplied by height plus R2 multiplied by salary plus C. Now happiness is equal to, and then you suggested 6 feet
Yes.
plus 0.6 multiplied by 2 lakhs. Okay. And then we have already assumed it as 500. Okay. Now based on this, if we calculate, then happiness would be so I'm getting this value. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So this is one value we are getting, and we don't know what is the unit of calculating happiness here, but let's say it is having certain unit. So with this, now this is our hypothetical example. Now let's say we want to understand if height increases by 1 feet, then what is increase in the happiness? Can you calculate that?
Yes,
Yeah. So can you tell me the value? Can you please calculate and tell me the value?
we can replace that 6 by 7. Or
Come on, Bharat, you can also do it parallelly.
Yes, sir, calculating.
yes,
Yeah. Is it right? So I can see, yeah, as you can see, that there is just increase of 0.1 after 1 feet increase in height.
yes,
As let's see, if you increase salary by uh, in the same proportion. So if you want to calculate the increase in salary in the same proportion, then how much salary you can increase? Let's say height can have range between 3 to 10 feet.
mm,
Okay. So it's a range of almost 8 units, right?
yes,
Right? Or 9 units. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a 7
Seven,
unit.
7 minutes.
Yes. So it's a 7 unit. And salary range from 10,000 to 10 lakh.
yes,
So if you want to calculate the proportion, then basically you will divide the maximum salary minus minimum salary divided by maximum height minus minimum height.
9,90,000.
Yes. So 9 lakh 90 divided by 7.
14142 8.5.
1414
428.5.
428. Is it right? Or one
Sir,
four is
yes, 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 right.
yes. Okay. Yes. So now let's calculate it for these figures. Let's try to understand if we increase salary by this figure, then what is change in the happiness? Okay.
85 85357.44.
Mm, I'm getting this value.
Mm,
I guess we haven't changed the height. So height should be 6.
yes, yes. Let's change it.
Then
Okay.
won't make that difference. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So the earlier salary was 2 lakhs. Then you just increased it by whatever the figure which Amol just mentioned. So we just added that 2 lakh plus this additional figure and multiplied it by 0.6. Okay. So now if you see that after increasing salary in the same proportion, but still the increase in happiness is huge, right?
Yes.
When you
Yeah.
increase height by 1 feet, the difference was just minimal. It was hardly anything, just 0.1. But now you can see that after increasing salary in the same proportion, we have like such a huge increase in happiness. And then it might be a wrong calculation. Then ultimately you will come to know that like height is not making any difference on the happiness. So person with 3 feet height, at least through this calculation, you will come across a situation where like even if individual have 3 feet height, he will be happy. If two-person have like same salary, but one individual is like 7 feet and the other individual is 3 feet, both will have almost same level of happiness with this calculation. That is not true.
Actually, it is true. But okay.
Yeah, it depends. Obviously,
Yes.
it depends on many other factors.
Yes.
Okay, so ultimately, for the sake of discussion, I'm just saying that like
Yes.
it may
Yes.
not
Yes.
be doing the factual presentation, right? So then ultimately, what we need to do is like just need to bring these two variables on the same level, and then only you can do the calculations. And then
Okay.
what for that purpose we do, we adopt certain techniques, and one of that technique is feature scaling.
Sir, but what we are calculating here means what we are comparing, going to compare.
Where exactly?
Means, sir, we are bringing both the variables in same scale,
Yes,
and then what we are going to calculate means.
same thing. We'll again calculate happiness, but it might not be calculated on this scale. Then it will be reduced a lot.
Okay.
So we are basically changing the scale for everything. So we are changing scales for independent variables, and then obviously it will be changed for dependent variables as well.
Okay.
Hmm?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes. So what is feature scaling then? Feature scaling is a method used to normalize or standardize the range of independent variables or features of data. In data processing, it is generally performed during the data pre-processing step. Okay, so it's basically done when you start with the data, when you are pre-processing the data. Okay, so pre-processing is basically you just try to we haven't discussed pre-processing in detail, which I guess we should do. So pre-processing involve various techniques. In the sense, your data might not be clean, you might be having missing values, those a few of the variables might not be calculated appropriately, so you do all those calculations on your data. You just make sure that your data is ready to use for generating the models, and then testing it, and then finally predicting the future values. So making your data ready for processing, that particular step is called pre-processing. Okay, so feature scaling is one of the technique used during pre-processing part. Good.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, perfect. Then it's one thing to remember is that like if feature scaling is not done, then machine learning algorithm tend to weigh greater values higher and consider smaller so the it tends to consider higher weights on the like it might be giving more importance to higher weights and then lower importance to values which are carrying lower weight, the way we saw in the earlier example. So that is basically what happens if you don't do feature scaling. Now, if you want to do feature scaling, then basically there are two techniques. One is normalization, the other is standardization. And this particular example will try to show us how to do normalization. So let's do it parallelly. Okay, you can just open the Excel sheet and then just try to mention these figures over there. So first, just replicate this particular table in Excel. And after replicating, can you tell me like what they did to get values between this particular range? How they calculated it?
We have to do, sir, only first table or both?
Yeah. So first, complete the first one.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm just requesting you to understand how they calculated the values in next table. So what they did exactly.
It's a standardization.
Yeah, this is a normalization. Yeah, but like how
Oh,
they did it.
it's 3 minus 4.2. That minimum value. That value minus minimum value. Sorry. Yeah.
So what will be your technique? Like if you want to bring everything to let's say certain values, you want to reduce it. Then what different things you can do?
Divide by maximum value.
Okay. Okay. Good strategy. But will that be sufficient? Divide by maximum value. Because the issue is that, let's say, you have data set of 10 professionals, and then the 9 are junior, and the one is very senior person. So 9 of them would have, let's say, salary between just 10,000 rupees, and a senior person will have salary like let's say 10 lakh rupees. Then if you decide to divide everything by 10,000, then will that give you the right presentation? Can there be other technique? Or otherwise, let's do one thing. At least, can you just execute that and just try to see whether you are getting these values or not? That is, I'm not getting those values. Are you getting that? So you basically divide 3 divide by 4.5. It's not giving me that value. How can you do that? Any other option?
It's standardization formula.
Okay, yeah, surely standardization is one. Okay, let's do one thing. So can you just tell me like how to do the standardization then?
Standardization or normalization? For normalization, we can do that value. Actually, formula is in front of me. That is why I'm telling you. That value minus maximum value divided by the max value minus mean value.
Okay. Okay. So this is for normalization you are saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's calculate it here then. So you said that particular value minus
Max value.
Max value. Okay. Divided by
Max value minus minimum value.
Okay. Yes. So let me just change the did you try to execute this particular example? Are you getting the same values for CGPA?
Actually, I have not tried, but just a minute. I'll try. That value minus max value, mean value, minimum value. but it's 0, I think. That value minus minimum value is 0.
So let's say I got
Something.
minimum value as this. Then max minus mean.
Something is wrong. If that value minus minimum is 0, right? So for few that minimum value we get the value 0. That is correct actually, right?
What is correct? In the sense formula correct is correct.
Yes, for normalization we get the value from 0 to 1. So when we want the value for minimum value, that should be 0, and for maximum it should be 1. So I think it's correct.
Okay. Okay. So let's do one thing. We already invested enough
But
time in this.
I think it's standardization, right? It's not normalization.
Okay. So let's come to standardization. Let's
Yes.
try to understand what is
Yes.
standardization.
The standardization value should be from minus 1 to plus 1. So I am thinking it's a standardization. That x minus mu, that means mean divided by
Okay.
standard
Let's
deviation.
do perfect. So let's do one thing.
Okay.
For both this thing, let's calculate values very quickly.
Okay.
Okay. So let's keep this particular slide aside, and then firstly let's do normalization using this particular thing. Okay. Now in Excel sheet you already have all the values. Let's do the normalization first. First is calculating CGPA.
For CGPA, uh, normalization is 5, 5, 6, 6.5, and 6.2.
Just give a minute. Let me cross check as well. Yes. So it start with 0, and then maximum value is 1. Okay. So 0, then second value is also 0. Right.
Yes. Just
Yeah. And then third value is 0.66. Fourth value is 1.00, and the third value is 0.800. Are you getting same values?
No, I got different values. Zeros minus 0.83, 0.125, minus 0.66, and last is minus 1.
No, you won't get minus values here. If you are subtracting minimum, so minimum is 3.
Yes.
So then obviously 3 minus 3, then first value itself will be 0. Second
Yeah.
value will have to be 0.
Okay, I have to. Okay, okay.
Now let's calculate salary with normalization. Yes. So what are the values? You simply need to drag it further, and I guess it will give you all the values. Have you managed to do it?
Yes. Just -1 0 0 -0.5 -6.
Mm, okay. Not getting minus values.
No, sir. Yes. 100.5.6 are there.
Perfect. Yes. Okay. So we are done with normalization, and then you can see that like the values are ranging between 0 to 1. So let's try to do the standardization now. Let's try to understand how to do that. And it's available already on the second slide. So as we know that like with standardization, we just try to have values which are revolving around the standard deviation, around the rather around the mean. So we just need to understand what is mean first. Okay, so let's calculate mean, and then using that you can calculate the values of compute the standardized x. So sigma here is
Standard deviation.
mu
Mu. Mu is standard deviation. Mu is mean.
is mean. Correct. So let's calculate mu first. Bharat and Amol, do you know like where to get
Yes. Yes.
formulas?
Yes. How do we do this standard deviation?
Yeah.
There is a formula for standard deviation in Excel sheet. STD DV.
Yes. S equal to STD.
DEV.
Okay. So we have to directly select the values.
Yes.
Yes. Select the range.
We get the value from -10 to 1.
Minus -1 to 1.
Yes. What's the first value? Let's see.
-1.05.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and the fourth value
1.08.
Yes. Okay.
10 between -1 to 1. How is it is greater than 1?
Approximate.
Yes. It's greater than 1.
Yes. But let's see. At least now it will be surely greater than 1 because now we are just trying to understand the how it is moving on those deviations. Okay. And then normally deviation do not range between 1 to 0. but it may fail. If you remember our discussion around normal distribution, then in that case we had discussed a standard deviation as well. So one standard deviation, then we do have some range around two standard deviation, and then after that slowly values started reducing. Okay, then we had something around three standard deviation, and then we don't go beyond three standard deviations. We just try to see.
Yes.
Normally we get values like very closer to zero after that. Yes. So then if you are like revolving something around standard deviation, then obviously your values will range between 3 to -3.
Yes.
Okay. Good. So this is
So that
all
means
about.
standard deviation can vary from 3 to -3 maybe. Our 99.7% data is in between -3 to 3.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Perfect. So I guess this is all about feature scaling, and then specifically we just discuss about like how to scale our variable, how to scale our independent variable. So today our discussion was very much based on one particular aspect, that if independent variables are on different scales, they are having like if one of the variable is having higher level of values, then that may weigh more, and then it will contribute more in the data models. So to avoid that particular aspect, we just need to bring multiple independent variables on the same scales. And then for that purpose, we do feature scaling, which is one essential part of our pre-processing techniques. Okay. Within feature scaling, we discuss two things. One is normalization, the other is standardization. So next time, we'll just try to see how to utilize this further, how to do feature scaling further, and then a few other pre-processing techniques as well. Okay. Any last question before closing?
For hypothesis testing also, we need to do the same thing. Like we need to convert the data in standard format.
It might not be required in that particular case.
Okay.
Obviously, depend on like which tools you are using and what things you are basically calculating and how you are doing it. So it will depend on all those things. But if you are doing it in SPSS, then that particular case it might not be required. You might not require to bring it on the same platform, on the same level. In that case, it may take care of itself. It may take care of these entire variations. But if you are doing it in Python, and then normally if you are just doing predictions using the normal models, let's say simple linear one, then in that case feature scaling will be required, because that model might not be in position to control and handle this kind of variations.
Okay.
So it depends on tools you are using, it depends on the kind of models you are using, and it depends on few other factors as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Perfect. So let's stop for today. We'll connect again, and then we'll take this discussion ahead.
Okay.
Bye bye. Good night.
Good.
Thank you.
Yes.